Alrighty. Alright. 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 And here we go. And boop. No, wait, no. No. Come on. There we go. There we go. Setting it up. Get on the weight again. Get on the weight again. Oh my god. There we go. Lovely. Right. Boop. And wait for it. There we go. Continue. Yep, we killed the guy who was gonna double cross us. Yep. Good thing Kronos thought that thing through and managed to see the truth of the situation. Otherwise, his team would have had a hard time trying to fight off, or probably not actually. To be honest, we probably would have been able to take on both gangs at the same time. Huang's gang and Target's gang, so, But I mean, Kronos is a man of honor. And he doesn't like it when people just double-cross deals like that. So yeah. Anyway, this is Kronos in his sick new Ares armor. No, not that. Wait, there it is. Looks sick. Right. Let's talk to our friends. Let's talk to our crewmates. Cause last episode we didn't talk. We didn't go through a talk session with them or a hangout session with them yet. Because that usually refreshes every time every time we finish a run. Hit the bunk. For the first time since you got to Hong Kong, you wake up feeling well rested and satisfied. Flexing your limbs feels glorious. It's just as though you've spent hours cramped up in a confined space and you can finally stretch your legs, climb out of bed. You push yourself up and touch your feet to the ground, but something stops short. Your mouth. Something is wrong with your mouth. Investigate with your hands. You reach your hand up and run a finger over your teeth. It doesn't take long to find the source of the problem. A molar on the upper left side. You apply slight pressure to the tooth and it slides out of your gums with no resistance. It's as if nothing was ever holding it in place to begin with. Ooh. As the tooth comes free in your hand, an image etches itself into your mind. A great chamber, hazy in form and outline. Clouds of red mist that filled the air, perfuming it with salt and copper. Grey columns stretching up from the ground to pierce the sky, and above all, the enormous grinding gears of a broken machine. In the distance, you can hear a sound, a desperate, frantic pounding. Something enormous at the door. Many somethings, all desperate to get in, scratching, and scraping, but unable to find purchase. The way in is locked. You feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment. You've done it. The others are trapped outside, blind and starving, unable to pass through the door, the chamber, and what lies beyond it are yours. A shrill giggling noise fills the air, like the laughter of a small child, mixed with the shivering screech of countless victims? Violins. It's really hard to read in this format. The sound of reverberates down your spine like an electrical current. The intoxicating aroma of meat fills your nostrils. You've been starving for 1,000 years. Soon it will be time to feed. And just like that, it's over. Images fade, disappearing like vapor. Only the tooth in your hand remains. Oh, that's ominous. Haha. Actually, I'll go check up on I keep calling him Koshe. It's Raptor. Oh my god. Sorry, I keep getting you mixed up with your drone. What up? Raptor's shop is curiously silent. As you step down onto the grated metal floor, the sound of your footsteps reverberates through the echo chamber of the converted engine room. Welcome back, my friend. He leans against his desk. Is there something I can do for you? I don't think he was there for the last one. Quiet night at the shop, huh? Actually, wait, were you in the last one? Ah, yeah, he was. What was he? Oh, yeah, he was, yeah. Ah, but the trail, it never fails to sting, does it? Crochet swifts its posture slightly, its articulated pedipalps weaving, a subject that I am rather intimately familiar with, I'm afraid. Rewarding the data to Huang was the natural choice, and I commend you for making it. Tiger's desk leaves a high point of my evening. All in all, a job well done. A tip of the hat to you, my friend. Now, what else would you have of me? Quiet night in the shop, huh? Ah yes, a quiet night. He takes a drag on a cigarette. One best suited for contemplation, planning, and visions of the future. Yeah, to pick up where we left off last time, about this post-human future. His smile widens, like gleams of strong, sharp teeth, lending him a predatory appearance. If you like, I must confess, I rather enjoy our talks. It is good to have a sounding board to bounce ideas off. Yeah, great, our talks have been pretty pleasant, in an academic sense. Glad to hear that we're on the same page. He takes a drag on his cigarette. I must confess, I sometimes forget how to interact with others. I am, by nature, a solitary creature. It's good to have a kindred spirit when someone whom I can understand on the team. Gaucher scuttles forward, mechanical pedipalps weaving its motions as alien and charged with menace as they've ever been. Raptor glances at the machine. It takes a step back. He claps his hands together and rubs them briskly. So, my friend, you had questions for me. Go ahead and ask them, please. I will answer whatever I can. Well, last time we talked, you hinted at Crochet being, well, special in some way. I want to hear more about it. Yes, I figured that you might. Tell me, have you noticed anything unusual about Crochet in the time we had worked together? He seems to react to your moods. It's weird, it's almost like an animal, then he is a drone. He nods, his lips pursed. Yes, a good observation. Goshi's behavior could be described as animalistic, and for good reason. I'm waiting. The drone lowers itself, its killing legs splayed. Raptor looks to the drone, his head crooked. Then he returns his gaze to you. His behavior is not drone-like because he's not a drone, at least not in the way that you would understand. He is a prosthesis. Prosthesis? What is he meant to replace? He isn't meant to replace anything, but he does contain a portion of me, as surely as your brain sits within your skull. We are, in a way, a singular entity in two bodies, metal and flesh, made in one. Yeah, I kinda had to explain that. Koshi acts as a home for my primal animal impulses. The id? I don't know what happened. to use Freud's structural model of the psyche. The analytical portion. Okay, my Discord's going wild. Hold on a second. Oh. Ow. Okay, never mind. You're just gonna have to deal with it for now. Yeah. They govern the lid. Oh wait, no. The analytical portions of my mind, the ego and superego, live on in me. They've governed the lid and, by extension, Kosei's behavior. When we are on a run and I relate to Kosei, I do not command him to attack, rather I loosen my grip on his reins and allow him to kill. He wants to hunt, to dominate, to bathe himself in blood. Reproduction would also be a drive if such a thing were to be possible. How can a drone have those sort of instincts? He doesn't. They are mighty instincts, streamed into him on a continual basis. They lend him a semblance of life, albeit one driven entirely by my reptile brain. If this stream were interrupted by my death, say, or a malfunctioning data jack, Koshi would fall as lifeless as any other machine, but barring such an interruption, he will remain in a part of me. One day perhaps I will perfect him, and a part of me will live on in his chassis after the meat of my body dies, but for now I am satisfied to live with him as a combined entity, man and machine, joined through a form of neuroparabiosis into a single being, a beautiful first step into a post-human future. This seems to be weird, Actor, and probably dangerous? The smile widens. We all live in dangerous times, my friend. Everybody on this boat is dangerous. But if my relationship with Koshi alarms you, we can discuss other matters. The weather, perhaps. The choice is yours. Well, you said you sometimes forget how to interact with other people. An idiosyncrasy of mine, I suppose. When I get lost in my own head, relating to others becomes difficult. He smiles apologetically. It's nothing personal, just a quirk that I occasionally struggle to hide. Well, I know the feeling. Sometimes it can feel like a visitor from another planet that can barely remember how to talk. That is the feeling, yes. You summed it up quite nicely. So you rid up your drone to act as a home to your most destructive impulses? I gotta ask, why? As a proof of concept, primarily there are other advantages, of course. I shouldn't have to explain the value of a combat drone that wants to kill. So, about that essence limit, you hinted at it before on how to beat it, but I still haven't really put it together myself. I could do that. I've already shared quite a lot with you and you haven't run off screaming. A good sign, I should think. He studies your face, peering at you through the loom. But tell me, Steel Samurai, are you certain that you'd want to know? Some secrets are less pleasant than others. You might prefer to leave this stone unturned. Well, I want to know whatever you have to tell me, Raptor. I don't run from things because they're unpleasant. Very good. There are things that you don't know about me, my friend. Important things. What kind of things? For one, I am not, how to put it, whole. What are you talking about? Your cyberware? He nods. But not my data jack, or the headwear that you can see. I am sporting a great deal of replacement material. You can't see it, but I assure you, it is there. There was an accident, you see. A shop accident. I barely survived it. I keep my enhancements hidden out of respect of your feelings, and those other members of the team. Other people have found them. How to put it? unsettling in the past. What sort of enhancements are we talking about? He uses the edge of his hand to trace a line across his hip. Everything below the mid-pelvis is replacement material. That's where I was sealed in half, you see. It's a miracle that I survived the experience, but the blood loss alone should have killed me. But here I am, alive and well, greatly improved in point of fact. Hang on, you lost everything below the hips? Yes, a traumatic loss to be sure, but not so terribly as you might think. By every conceivable measure, I have been improved since the time of the accident. I am more than I was before, not less. I'm sure that I can imagine. I'm not sure that I can imagine anything worse. Then you have a poor imagination. Look at me, my friend. I have legs, better ones than the pair that I was born with, and my reconstruction has yielded other benefits that more than make up for any tissue that I might have lost. He taps his temple with a finger. The doctors installed stimulus generators in my brain when they repaired me with these. I can mimic the full range of senses that the human body is capable of producing. Imagine the ramifications of such a thing. The things that you could do, the things that you could experience. The implications for the abhorrent conditioning are alone staggering. And so, yes, I have lost an entire lower half of my body. The full ramifications of such a loss are obvious, but in return I have gained so much more. At will I can code my brain into producing whatever sensation I wish. I can poke at the wiring of my own consciousness, and I can reroute the routing as I see fit. Alright, so you're half machine. What does this have to do with the essence limit? He spreads his arms. Look at me, Steel Samurai. I have a shred of essence left in me, and only barely that, but I survived none of the ill effects associated with the traumatic essence lost. How can that be? A quirk of psychology, long viewed as an illness but never properly understood. What I now understand to be an evolutionary adaptation to the post-human future. We will conquer the essence limit given time. Natural selection will see to it. I am the proof. These stimulus generators that you've been implanted with, how do they work? Technology is rather akin to Simpsons, but considerably more powerful and flexible. Most Simpsons experiences, those found in BTL chips, for example, are structured around basic narratives that provide their users with context, but if you strip away the finer escapist fantasy, what you have left is an extremely powerful toolkit. You mentioned operant conditioning before. Have you tried that? Reprogramming yourself? Oh yes, in my position, wouldn't you? Quite a handy thing to be able to rewire the brain's responses to external stimulus. If you could make nutrient-based taste like seared foie gras, wouldn't you? And the devices are proving equally useful in curbing bad habits. I could be quite impulsive before the accident, but I have taken steps to dissuade myself from rash action. All that being said, I must be careful not to overstep my bounds. Reprogramming the brain is a risky endeavor, however great the temptation might be. Have you heard of anyone else who's gotten these implants? I know a handful of other recipients. From what I've heard, the others are all driven quite mad to be handed over control. The inner workings of one's own brain is a tremendous responsibility. He shrugs. Perhaps the others were less well equipped to handle it than I am. I'd be careful with those things, Raptor. Last thing I need here is weighing out on me. I have carried these implants for over 20 years, my friend. I know how to handle myself. You have nothing to fear. So the stuff you told me about yourself really is a lot to digest. Yes, my friend, I'm sure that it is. Perhaps it would be best if you left. You have some processing to do, I think, and I would like the rest of the evening to myself. There's more to the story, of course, but nothing can wait till tomorrow. Sure, actor? We can talk later. Very good. Rest well. Well, to Duncan. Actually, what missions have I got? Blackmail? Nah. Kronos ain't a blackmailing person. He's not a man of that dishonor. You find Wu sitting on his bed and staring at the floor when you come to his cabin. He rubs his head up and back, occasionally stopping to softly bounce his palm against his forehead. When he notices you, he closes his eyes and shakes his head. Not in the mood to talk right now. Gotta run my brain around this Edward Song thing. Tough finding out Raymond isn't who we thought he was. Who we thought he was. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. 16 years. We lived with him 16 years and we never knew the man. 6 motherfucking years. I just gotta think. Work through this. Duncan? You walk into a mess. Half-eaten cans of food litter the floor. And personal equipment is strewn about in a haphazard fashion. Amid the mess, Wu sits in his bunk with his back against the wall. He has a PDA in his hands. He's staring down at it, sullen and morose. He doesn't acknowledge her entry. Want me to come back later? Doesn't matter. He doesn't look up. Go, stay, whatever. I assume you're here to talk. Oh, what are you looking at on your PDA? A video of Edward's song. Where'd you get it? Isabel dug it up. It's archival footage from the Walled City project. What's he doing? Being Raymond, telling people what to do, how to do it, except he's younger and he's rich and powerful. And his name is Edward. And he glances up. His eyes are rimmed in red. You want to see it? Yeah, fire it up. Sure, why not? Wu taps the button and turns the PDA around you so you can see it. The footage shows a Chinese man in an expensive suit sitting behind a large solid wood desk covered in blueprints. The man is holding a magnifying glass over one of the plans and studying it intently. He folds the blueprint over and checks the one beneath it. The nameplate on the desk reads, Edward Sang, Vice President of Special Projects. The video is rough and contains no sound. It may have been footage for a documentary that was never completed. The next shot is from some sort of planning meetup in a glass-enclosed conference room. The serious man is sitting at the conference table, pointing to a large map and looking up at the men standing around him. He is explaining something. They look at each other and nod, clearly impressed by what he has to say. The whiteboard at the end of the room bears the words groundbreaking 21st of May 2022 written in bold characters. Raymond's writing. The footage cuts to a scene of 2 people talking at the end of the long hallway. They don't appear to know what they're being recorded. So it's the serious man listening intently to what the older woman has to say, nodding with his arms crossed and his thumb at his lips. The woman is the same one as he was in the tapped video call that Kinley Chung showed, Josephine Sang. She's somewhere in her late middle age, beautiful and very clearly in charge. The 2 look up at the same time, see the camera, and begin waving their hands for it to be turned off. The woman appears angry, but cold. The video ends and Wu puts the PDA face down on his bunk. Wu shrugs his shoulders, searches your eyes. Who is that guy? The guy who cleaned us up and gave us a home. Not only this guy's the Some corporate big shot. The man who raised me was a community organizer. He wore sweaters. Maybe when we find the plastic faced man, we'll get more answers. Until then, Raymond Black is Raymond Black, and this guy is something else. Been thinking about the way you and Raymond used to butt heads? What about it? I think one of the reasons you were angry with him when I left, I had a better reaction. I wouldn't say that. Never really had that problem with him. Of course not. You knew how to avoid conflict with him, and you had a way of diffusing him when he started with that intense O-ray thing you used to do, remember? Intense O-ray. I haven't thought of that in a long time. I think you were the one who came with that name. It was like the summer after we started living with him and Miss Melanie. Wade found out that we hadn't followed one of his rules. I don't remember which. It was a long list. I think you were still smoking. Yeah, I think that was it. I was smoking. He was pissed and said that fat kids who smoke die faster. So, just to be obstinate, I told him I liked to smoke, and we got into it. Then you came in and refused the whole situation. Wu stops talking and his expression becomes thoughtful. I think that's why I was so resentful when you took off. Especially after Mrs. Melanie died. You were the only one who could get through to him when he became the intense O-ray. I remember the last time. It was when Double Trey got taken. I don't want to talk about that right now, Kronos. I got enough on my mind as it is. Stuff like my father betraying my trust. You got more to talk about, Duncan? No. Okay. Yeah. If anything else. Alright, let's check on Isabel. You enter Isabel's cabin to find her jacked into the octopus. Her body slouches, motionless, tethered to the machine. The computer's large display flickers to life again, just as it did last time. Isabel's avatar fills the screen. This isn't helping. The avatar frowns down at you, a look of supreme disillusionment on its face. I'm dicking. I'm in my safe space and it doesn't help. My memories are just as painful as they are here in the real world. Well, I mean, your memories are a part of you. Decking doesn't make you leave that behind. No, I guess that it doesn't. White plumes of static flow from the avatar's fist. She's shaking. It fucking should, though. I can't handle not having a way to escape from this. So what are you gonna do about it? I don't know, okay? I just don't. You know what? Hang on. The avatar winks on the screen, and the terminal powers down. Isabel's body shudders, a familiar tremor. Her consciousness is flooding back out of the matrix and into her meat. Her eyes flutter as she takes a sharp breath. Slowly, shakily, she rises from her perch on the floor. You're here with more questions, right? She coughs into the crook of her arm, wipes her nose with her sleeve. I'm sure that you are. Why else would you be bothering me? So spit them out. I'll go digging around in that cesspit I call a memory. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a clue. I know you're hurting, Isabel. If venting helps, go ahead. She takes a deep breath, makes a visible effort to calm herself. No, that wasn't like me. This isn't the person that I want to be. I'll be okay. I can handle this. Just ask me your questions, okay? Let's get this ball rolling. Well, any thoughts about the last run? I hate to be the downer over that mission, but I'm starting to wonder if Killy Chung is slipping a little. The entire reason we gave her a cut is to make sure that the people that hire us don't have ulterior motives and won't screw us over. Killy dropped the ball on that one. Hard. If Killy wants to be pissed at us for killing the client, fine, that's on her. But maybe next time she won't try and hook us up with a spy who might want us dead after we make the handoff. Anything else you want to know? Well, I got a question about the Walled City. She clenches her jaw, nods. Go on. Gobet said you didn't want to guide your parents out of the walled city. That you wanted them left behind. She nods miserably. Yes, but not for anything that they've done. My parents were good people. They fled Somalia to try and find a better life for their children. It wasn't their fault that they wound up in the walled city. I wanted them left behind. For me. You want to talk about it? Not particularly, but I get the feeling that you'll look at me differently until I do, so I will. She taps her temple. I wanted them left behind because of this. I knew what I was going to have done. I planned it well in advance. After I got out, I was going to find someone who could make my childhood go away. How would that have stuck if my parents were around? If I had a living reminder that they're right next to me, it wouldn't have. So they had to stay. Well, you did what you got to do. Yeah, I did. Besides, I was sure that they'd be fine. They're my parents, grown-ups. They'd be alright. She heaves a sigh. Before you asked, I checked. They're gone now. I can't go riding to their rescue. I made decisions on when I was a kid. I felt like the right one at the time, and now I have to live with it. We all have to live with things that we regret, Isabel. I didn't always. Until very recently, I couldn't remember any of this. Let's change the subject, okay? Anything else, that would be fine. Gilbert told me about your escape from the walled city, just like you said she would. Yeah, not surprised. Why are you telling me about it? Because I want to get your side of the story. She sighs. Alright, fine. That's what you want. The walled city was a hellhole, you already know that, but for all its failings, it was a good teacher. It taught me to hide, to stay small and unnoticed and insulated, to survive. It taught me that the fish on the perimeter of the school get eaten, that sticking your neck out is a fool's errand, but that even fools can have their uses. It also taught me to recognize a stronger person when I met one, and that's how I used that strength for my own benefit. So when I met Gobet, I knew she had something I didn't. Her magic, you mean? She nods, and her connection to Rat, and her willingness to risk her own neck on a win. We were different people then. Still I knew, but the differences were even more pronounced when we were kids. If you were so different, how did you two get along? I think she was fascinating with me. How serious I was. She was nothing like that. Gabette was playful and carefree. She could hold her own in a scrape, but she mostly saw life as a game. And for me as well, I knew that it wasn't, but I saw an advantage in cultivating a friendship with Gabette. So I tried my hardest to make that happen. I couldn't have been more than 9 or 10 at the time, but I saw her for what she could be. Your best friend? No, that didn't happen until later. What I saw her as was then was a road out of the walled city, a path to freedom disguised as a little girl with dreadlocks. As it turned out, I was right. She pauses. Her eyes flit to the ground, and she tightens her hands into fists. Ever since I unlocked these damn memories, I can't go in 10 minutes without thinking about what might have happened if I hadn't followed Gobet out of that place. It's like a vicious cycle running over and over in my head. I hate it, but it won't stop. I feel guilty. You needed help, and you took it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Gives me another reason to feel grateful to her, I guess. That's something. I've always known that I owed Gobet, but now I remember how much and why. Anyway, that's my side of the story. I hope that satisfied your curiosity. and let's move on. Why did you have your memories locked away? Why do you think? They were awful, traumatic. I'm not even talking about personal trauma here. I was fortunate enough to avoid the fates of many of my peers. I didn't get pressed into service in a brothel. The organ makers didn't get me, and I only had to watch one of my siblings die. She frowns. So yeah, it could have been worse, but it doesn't make an early life in the walled city any easier to hear. Hang on, you watched one of your siblings die? She nods. Yes, my older brother, Cabdale. Heroin overdose. He was 19, almost the same age that I am now. That's awful. I almost envied him. He got out easy compared to a lot of people who died in the walled city. There was no violence. He wasn't taken by organ leggers or gunned down by the triads. He just put a spike in his arm, depressed the plunger, and stopped breathing. I'm sorry. Don't be. His death was a lesson, and I did my best to learn from it. Everything that happened in my childhood was a lesson in disguise. Lessons about impertinence and the random cruelty of life. Lessons are about what a huge mistake it is to get attached and how to prioritize your own survival no matter what. Those lessons were important, they kept you alive, but it's just as important to know when to leave them behind. She nods. Yeah, I know. But I'm having a hard time with that right now. We all carry the same scars, you and me. And Gunshow, and Gobet. Some run bigger and deeper than others, but we've got all of them. Her voice feels small. I don't want mine anymore. Abruptly she turns away, and that's enough of that. Ask me something else, Steel Samurai. I don't want to talk about this anymore. There was a man here in Hyoi who was ranting about the Yama Kings. His hair had gone white with fear, and I watched him die. She nods miserably. Yes, it happened when I was a kid. Not often, but occasionally. People would have bad dreams and then become obsessed with them, consumed by their own dread. When I was a kid, we viewed it as a kind of local malady, dream madness. It mostly affected people with other problems, dementia, paranoia, phobias, that kind of thing. So people would just shrivel up and die because of dreams? Basically, but like I said, it didn't happen often. Remember one old woman, Auntie Waikyung? She had skin like parchment paper, and she baked egg tarts for the neighborhood kids. We liked her. She was good. One day, Auntie Waikyung didn't come back out of her apartment. She was always up and about 6 or 7 in the morning. It was part of her routine. For her to sleep past noon was unthinkable. Naturally, the grown-ups assumed that she passed in the night. She was old and frail. It was bound to happen sooner or later. So a neighbor, Mr. Ejid, went in to check on her and collect the body. What did he find? She wasn't dead. What he found was much worse than that. She pauses, looks you in the eye. Oral surgery was involved. You don't want to hear the rest. You're right, I don't need the details if you say that. If it was horrible, I believe you. Recall, I know what she did. What she did for a reason. She was trying to protect herself from Chen Ya. How so? The old story is all that said Chen Ya would claim you as a slave by tying your tongue into a knot. No tongue, no slavery. The old lady didn't want to take any chances. Unfortunately for Miss Ichid, she didn't want him to take chances either. She was a sweet old thing, always looking out for her neighbors. Thanks to the dreams, she knew that what was at stake she wanted to help. The other adults didn't make it into Auntie Wai Kyung's apartment. In time to save Mr. Ichid's jaw. It was hanging by the thread by the time they got there. She'd always had a steady hand with a cleaver. That's awful. She shrugs. I've seen worse. What happened to Auntie Whitekill? Aneurysm. She dropped dead as the grown-ups were trying to get her out to what passed for a clinic in the Mansion District. But she died with a smile on her face. She knew that her soul was safe. Mr. Eugene wasn't so lucky. He lived. Replacing your jaw is expensive. He had no money. He had to settle with a life of miserable silence, hiding the wound in his face and slurping broth through a tube. That's all for now. Can we talk about something else? Please, to be honest, almost anything would be preferable. Well, I got a question about the Walled City. Oh wait, no, that's it. Okay. Gotta go. She nods glumly. Be well. Go bet. Rebecca glances up at the sound of your approach. A slight smile crosses her face. Hey, pal. She puts a hand on her hips, sending madness stirring. You ready for your next lesson? Absolutely. Hit me with it. Straight to business. She nods appreciatively. I like that. Good. This one is about people like Auntie Chung and why we need them. There won't be a Q&A session after the story, but I want you to listen up and support it. I'm all ears. Alright, so here's the front-up lesson. Fixes are important. You can't just go to a Johnson yourself and get a job. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. It's a bad idea all around. Okay, go on. The reason why it's a bad idea to cut people like Auntie Chung is because you need someone to vet your clients. That's important. It protects the whole team. She takes a breath, lets it out slowly. You, remember the lesson from last time? The one about Sui and the shiny object? Yeah, how could I forget? Well, after the run was over, we went back to the sinking ship for some R&R. Sui had told us that the client would be sending a boat to collect the shiny object in the morning. All they had to do was keep the thing safe until the handoff. We were in a celebratory mood. We killed an evil wizard and stolen a priceless artifact. A good night's work by anyone's standards. All new and eager got good and drunk in record time. So we went back to his cabin with the shiny object to, I don't know, stare at it for a while or something. I retired to my cabin and crashed out. It's been a long night. I remember waking up to sounds. Yelling, maybe? I was groggy, and they were far away. I couldn't make them out. The clock said 4 a.m., so people were always partying on the raft, playing loud music, shooting off fireworks, that kind of thing. So loud noises early in the morning weren't unusual, but something felt off somehow. Off? How so? It's hard to describe. A queasy feeling in the pit of my stomach, and an elevated heartbeat. Rabbit gel breaths. It was a lot like a panic attack, really. Not the kind of thing that you can sleep through. I got it to investigate. If something was wrong, I wanted to know, and if it wasn't, I figured that I might as well get on in the party. I stepped out into the hallway, and my foot slipped. I came down hard, landed on my ass, and found myself sitting in a pool of blood. That's not good. She shakes her head, grimacing. No, it was pretty bad. So it was pretty obvious by the point something had gone horribly wrong. My first thought was that the shiny object might have, I don't know, unleashed something. After what I saw it do in the warehouse, I wouldn't be surprised. I shook them out pretty quick, though. I knew what it was. The client was playing us. He'd hired to steal the thing, and rather than paying us for the job, he sent another team to take it away. So what did you do? I got up and beelined for the Malvina's cabin. She was the closest thing that the sinking ship had to a leader, and the strongest rat shaman on the raft. If the raft was under attack, that's probably what I would have done too. Yeah, it seems like the right thing at the time. If there was a retrieval team coming for the shiny object and they were strong enough to handle Sway while he was holding it, what chance would I have of stopping them on my own? I figured it was time to bring out the big guns. Malvina was the one who could get it from. I passed some pretty bad stuff on my way down to Malvina's cabin. It was old man Xiao Yan's walls all over again. The torn up bodies, the blood-streaked floors. I saw the people who'd been cut off apart with machetes, scorch marks on the container walls. She bites her lip, grimacing at the unpleasant memories stewing in her head. Deep down in the pit of my gut, I could feel the throbbing vibration of the shiny object. The heartbeat, feeling that I had in the warehouse. It was back, and stronger than ever. Whatever that rock was, it was awake. Did you make it to Malvina's cabin? Yes, I burst through the door, all ready to spread the news, and someone smashed a gun into my face. It was Cadmus, my friend. He jammed the muzzle of his super warhawk into my cheek so hard it hurt, and grabbed me by the belt with his other hand. I wasn't going anywhere. Just over his shoulder, I saw Malvina. She didn't look amused. Did they think you were in on the attack somehow? Yeah, it only wasn't an attack. Our client had nothing to do with it. Turns out there was no client, so he had lied to us, and by helping to steal the shiny object, I had unwittingly given him what he needed to format a mutiny. She pauses for a moment, gathers her rats in her hands, and lifts them to her shoulders. They scurry over the leather of her coat and disappear into her hair. As it turns out, betrayal hurt, Seattle. Malvina felt it, and I felt it too. Sawyer had been a friend. I just risked my life to save his, like 4 hours ago, and he tricked me into helping him do something unthinkable. So what did you do? What could I do? I didn't have a whole lot of options, and Cadmus was kind of on edge, like red-faced and screaming, so I opened my mouth and I fast-talked my way out of it. I started by doubling down on my loyalty to Malvina, Cadmus, and the status quo of the sinking ship, swearing my undying friendship, you know the drill. I did a good job of it, but they still looked at me a little iffy. Iffy with a warhawk is bad. So I volunteered to prove myself by stealing the shiny object back from Sway. That was brave of you. I know, right? Not my style at all, but then I didn't really have a choice. I inadvertently helped to arm the bastard who was tearing our friends and neighbors apart. I don't think I could have cleared my name without taking his weapon away again. It was a hell of a night. I don't want to get into too many of the gory details. Friends die, hell. Friends killed each other. And it was brother against brother, all that jazz. And Slay's indiscriminate use of the shiny object let a lot of things get into the world that should have been. So did you wind up stealing the thing back from Slay? Yes, it wasn't easy, but I got it. And how did you manage to do that? Lies and misdirection, trickery, rat helped. Some of the things that Sway let loose actually came in handy. He summoned so many of them that he couldn't hope of controlling them all, and that gave me an opening to use them as my advantage. I managed to trick my way past the Sway's supporters, and the astral menagerie that he summoned wasn't easy, but I did it. Then I stole the shiny object, and it was alright for the world. And yeah, I'm intentionally glossing over the details. I had to do some things that I'm not proud of, and people died because of it. But I got the damn thing, and I got it back to Malvina. What happened then? Long story short, Malvina put the shiny object to better use again. Better use than Sway ever did. She took the thing like she'd grown up using it. We still lost a dozen of people, but Sway's side lost more. Cadmus was critically wounded, but he pulled through. After the skirmish, Malvina held an assembly. She told everybody that there'd be new rules for life for the raft. Anyone who refused to follow them could leave, and if you broke them, you were done. The rules of the sea and all that. After the pronouncement, she turned on the surviving mutineers. Honey was one of them. He'd been on Sway's plan the whole time. She didn't kill him, but she did exile him from the sinking ship. And for people in our economic bracket, it was good as a one-way trip to the walled city. I'd be willing to bet that they're all dead by now. In the wake of Malvina's ultimatum, 5 survivors left on the sinking ship. I was one of them. Why'd you leave? I had to go. We may have washed the blood off the decks, but the energy of the sinking ship had changed. It wasn't the carefree haven I loved anymore. And as sensible as Malvina's rules were, I wasn't living under them. We parted on good but sad terms, and you'd expect we drifted apart over the years. It's funny. I haven't even thought of Malvina or the sinking ship in years until I decided to teach you your previous lesson. It all came flooding back in. She pauses, turns to you. That's the story, it's finished, but I want to circle back on the lesson that I gave you up front, because it's important. We need Auntie Chung to bring us work. That's obvious, but we also need to keep her to keep us honest, to be sure that we, on the same team, are playing straight with one another. Auntie Chung's reputation rides on the legitimacy of the job that she brings us, and that, more than anything, is why we need her. And if we didn't have Auntie Chung, or someone like her, we'd eventually tear ourselves apart. It happened on the sinking ship. It could happen again on Kyoi. So anyway, that's the lesson. If you have follow-up questions, go there and ask them. Well, what happened to Sway? That walking colostomy bag was already dead, eaten by his own monsters after I took the shiny object away. Turns out, he wasn't much good at controlling them without it. Her voice fills with grim satisfaction. He didn't even live long enough to watch his mutiny fail. So what did Malvina do with the shiny object? Well, first she used it to get rid of the things that Sway had let loose, and then she put it away for safekeeping. It's probably still there on the sinking ship, ensconced in some shrine or other, held under a lock and key. At least she's keeping it safe. She shrugs. I'd have preferred it that she ditched the thing, but in the end it wasn't my choice to make. For what I've heard, she's still in power over there, so I guess it worked out okay. Well, any thoughts about the last run? Gobet's expression darkens, and she flips on the robe, so of her hair back over one shoulder. You know, everything says it's bad to back out on a job. What about if Johnson decides to lie and screw you over? Everybody seems to accept that as a standard procedure. Drives me up the damn wall every time. I'm glad we gave Huang get the data. Okay, that's a weird grammar issue. Rather than Tigers. He may be a psychopath in charge of a gang of murderous goblins, but he told us the truth at least. Gilbert shrugs. Frankly, it's not my problem anymore. I got paid and I'm done with it. So what else did you want to chat about? Nah, that'll be all. Sure, in Seattle. Thanks for listening. These lessons are for your benefit, but I think that they help me too. And it's nice to be been taken seriously every now and again. No problem, Gilbert. I look forward to the next one. Her face lightens up. Yeah, me too. I gotta move on. I've got Gilbert things to do. Well, time to take a new mission. Because I'm not doing the blackmail one, because Kronos does not like doing that. Because he finds it dishonorable to manipulate people like that for, well, selfish means, unless it's necessary, but this one, it's not really as necessary, but yeah. Restaurant job. We're still low. I already read the whole thing, but I'm just gonna quickly read through it. Well, we're gonna kidnap someone. There we go. I thought the client they know that you've accepted the job by the time you arrive at Shangri-La. The boat to get you out will be waiting. Well, kidnapping mission. I know Duncan has like skills to subdue a guy, so I think. Wait, does he? I'm pretty sure he does. Mercy kill. Duncan gaze and the assault rifle ability does a 99% chance to hit an enemy with less than 25 HP remaining. Oh no, never mind, but eh. Yeah, I'll take Duncan along this time. Did I take him along? No, I didn't take him along at that time, so let's get a move on. How much money do I have right now? Okay. Yeah, I could use the cash. Alright. Enter the station. Board the train. The interior door is open as you approach. Now let's kidnap Roosterlow. Going with you, going with you, going with you. Right? Yep. Uninvited guests. A tangle of marine decorum, restless nights, lights, and ambrosial scents mingle atop of the floating quay to accent the Shangri-La, Aberdeen's harbor premier dining location. With competitive views of the surrounding bay, the restaurant attracts a steady crowd of tourists and Wu-Sing personnel. The primary moneyman for the 289's Chung Sing Rooster Low is enjoying a rare meal outside of a Triad Hill territory. Intel says he's set up in one of the restaurant's private dining rooms, but he's not alone. Rooster keeps a personal bodyguard, a notorious orc called the Talon. In addition to his regular security detail, you've seen photos of Talon's handiwork. Body so battered it's so hard to tell where one bruise ends and the next begins. Your mission: locate Rooster, extract him from the Shangri-La, and deliver him to your client alive. Simple, fast, low profile. Of course, even the simplest of runs can go sideways. Yes, I know that from experience. I'm not exactly a stealthy guy by trade. I'll give... yeah, that to Isobel. Yep, I'm good. Got my new armor, should be even more tanky. Especially when it comes to 1v1ing an orc in melee combat. I got a sword and he's probably got like, I don't know, a club. Oh, that's a troll. Extract Chung Sing Rooster Low, locate Rooster's dining room. Hello. Stepping into the interior hallway of the Shangri-La, you're confronted by a massive wall of troll. The restaurant's front door secured. He speaks with surprising elocution. Welcome to the Shangri-La. We strive to provide our patrons with an exquisite dining experience. If you have any questions or require special accommodations, don't hesitate to speak with our staff. Small crowd. Where are all your diners? Most of our weekday businesses is confined to private rooms upstairs, corporate affairs and such. He looks up and down. He looks you up and down, frowns. Please keep in mind that any disturbances will be promptly de-escalated by security. We reserve the right to bar service to unruly patrons. Thank you, and enjoy your meal. What security? What security? I don't really see any guards around. With a puff of his chest and shake of his shoulders, the troll assumes a more aggressive posture. His face remains a mask of neutrality despite the obvious irritation in his voice. Wuxing prides itself on having world-class security personnel. You do well to remember that the best kind of security is often hidden from sight. Under her breath, pretty hard not to see that guy. Alright. Crab was truly amazing. I just wish I didn't have to wait an hour to get it. Okay. Hello, waitress. A waitress swamped with orders is caught unaware by your approach. Oh, welcome to the Shangri-La, sir. Our hostess will seat you as soon as she gets back. You're welcome to stay in the lounge. This will only take a second. A loud exhalation escapes through her nose, and her eyes dart towards the kitchen. She musters an empty smile and nods in false hospitality. Absolutely, sir. What is it you need? I'm looking for someone. Mr. Lowe, he has a reservation here tonight? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that name. I only have like 2 charisma. Alright, know anyone who might have seen him? The upstairs servers, they have to come down here to access the kitchen, so you may be able to find one of them in there. Wish I could help more, sir, but I need to place these orders. Enjoy your meal. She dots around you and hurriedly resumes her duties, leaving you no time to respond. Chatty customers always killing my tips. Well, I don't think I can go back into the kitchen, because otherwise it'll turn into a huge gunfight if we did. Hello, Henry. A well-dressed man sits alone in the bar, elbows propped on top of the counter, his face is hard, eyes blank. He swallows up the contents of his half-empty glass as if in a stupor. Between the swollen eyes and the whiskey double, it isn't hard to guess his mood. As you approach, he rubs his temple and graces you with a lazy sideways glance, mumbles under his breath. Yeah, not like I can drink myself any deeper. Rough day? Huh? He looks at you again through dull, bloodshot eyes, but his gaze drifts elsewhere before returning to his drink. Lost 2 contacts, missed the 3rd, late for a meeting, and publicly shamed by my coworker. All during the 9 to 5, new record. As far as I can tell. He takes a long pull from his glass, exhales. At least got that going for me. Your coworker sounds like an asshole, no offense. How'd you get shamed? Negligence. My coworker took 2 of my contacts while they were in renewal. I'd overlooked them in a day or 2. Damn, it was just a couple of days. He sighs and begins to sway, whether it's involuntary or to calm himself like it is uncertain, but his chair creaks loudly in protest. Anyway, he took my clients and made a fool out of me. Been rubbing it ever since. How'd you lose your contacts? Wish I knew. One of them was almost done deal, but for some reason the client suddenly changed their tune, and the contact slipped away before I could officially close it. The other 2 contracts were for ongoing clients, people I worked for years, but I somehow forgot about their annual renewal date, and more diligent coworkers picked them up. I got no credit for the long-term partnership with those clients, if anything. And now look worse for losing them, even I thought I brought them into Wuxing in the first place. He leans back and lets out a weary groan. His breath reeks of alcohol. And just who is this diligent coworker of yours? Him. He nods his head towards the group at the end of the bar, an elf at the center. David. He laughs bitterly to himself, the motion drawn out and sluggish. Props to him. My clients, they talk really big about networking and all that, right? But they sell their own family to save a couple of new yen. And you know the strangest part? My clients have started to ignore me, even avoiding me. and when they do respond to my inquiries, they're curt and dismissive. It's almost as I've offended them somehow, but I haven't done anything at all. His voice cracks in frustration. Something doesn't seem right here. Henry lifts his shoulders in an exaggerated shrug and lets out a slow sigh. Maybe, maybe not. It's only an observation. What do I know? I'm just a rambling drunk. I guess you're David. David is all smiles. He just finished a joke to the uproarious laughter of his party. Hello, my friend. Trying to get in the space of his joviality? You're welcome to join us for the next round. His words bleed into each other. This isn't his first drink. What are we celebrating? My recent successes, though, through some hard work and a little businessly persuasion, he winks at you knowingly. I sealed 2 contracts, and the 3rd is on his way. Well, I'll be. That's the exact amount of contracts Henry lost today. There's a natural ebb and flow of the business world. He tilts his glass from side to side. The liquid inside flows back and forward. Almost, but never quite spilling over the edge. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. I've had an up day. Truly sorry to hear that Henry is down. Seems like there's something more at play here. David's smug expression drops. Excuse me? What are you implying? Your coworker over there lost 2 contracts today and is about to lose a 3rd, opposite of your situation, on the very same day too. Sounds mighty suspicious there. Did Henry tell you I stole his contacts? That's illegal, you realize. He makes a disgusted sound, rolls his eyes. He's just angry that he didn't have the wits or motivation to keep those clients under his payroll. His words dripped with condescension. Condescension. Well, no, he never said you took his contracts illegally. David nods in response. One too many times, his head full of drink. Right, so long as he isn't spreading any half-truths. His feet lock into place to control his swing. He looks at you straight in the eye. Say, got any proof of the slander? No, not really. Then quit ruining my celebration. Now get up before I stick security on you. A steel samurai. These guys are right on the edge of both blasted, one pissed off, the other, well, an asshole. One word and these guys will be throwing down. That happens not enough, security's bound to respond. Just a thought. So wait, trying to get these guys to fight each other? Is that what you're implying? Who's that? Security guard. Back to Henry, I guess. Henry gazes into a tall drink in front of him. He came back. How you doing over here? Swell. He takes a swig. Just fantastic. So wait, you're suggesting that we should get them to fight each other? Have you finally come around? Sit down, join us. I actually just came over to ask you about that man drinking alone. He says he knows you. Who, Henry? Yeah, I know him. We work in the same office. Looks like he's having a bad day. Bad day, huh? What do you think it is? Isn't it a natural flow? It sounds rhetorical to me. What are you implying to me? Okay, well, I don't know what the hell to do with you. bother with this. Yeah, Kronos wouldn't really bother with this as much. He's got a bloody job to do. I don't think I should go in there. Cause obviously security is just gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing in here? So, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for my car. Actually, I should talk to that security guard in there first. Just to get more intel on the situation. Hello. A guard steps forward and raises his hand. Sorry, sir, this area is off limits. And why is that? This is the Wu Xing employee patio. Reserved for Wu Xing customers and our guests. General public's not admitted. Why don't you head back to your table? There's ample seating in the main dining room. Yeah, I can take a hint. Right. Well, let's wait for our target. The Nard barrel stool offers little in the way of comfort. A quick look around reveals the disparity between the restaurant proper and the bar, the latter of which appears neglected in comparison to the pristine dining room. Old dry drink rings dapple. The counter is an uneven surface, and the angry scratches run down its length, but you've got time to kill before Rooster arrives. And this is a good spot, as any to wait. I'll have a seat and wait. The minutes tick away. Rooster should be here any time now. Wow, those are very loud. An alarmed waiter in a tousled uniform stumbles into the kitchen. Chief, we have a problem. A big problem. Got the drama torch, Mage. We're working here. With a deep breath, the waiter regains his composure. Our second floor guest is becoming more impatient. Where's his food? Don't play games with me. I already sent it out. So get up there and serve it before our special guest rage shits himself. Well, thanks for opening the door for me. Well, guess it's time to rumble. We all get the drill. Let's get those damn doors open. Ah, you must be Talon. Inside the private dining room, you're immediately greeted by the piercing stare of two massive dragon statues. The flickering lights are just bright enough to illuminate their bronze bodies. The effect, an eerie illusion of moving scales. Across the room stands your target, Chung Sing Rooster Lo. His thin grin distorting the awkward proportions of his face, a hulking figure stands amongst his entourage of guards. The Talon. Johnny the Talon. Hold it right there. This is a private room. You better back your ass through the door or I'll paint you red. More teeth than a croc, and a face so ugly it could churn a troll's stomach. The Talon leers at you from across the room, muscles tense and ready to spring at the first sign of resistance, though something tells you that he's more apt to make the first move. He speaks to you again, voice dry, deep and dry. You deaf? I told you to get out before I wreck you. Rooster raises a hand. Step back, Johnny. You know exactly where they are? Don't you, Runner? He nods to his guards and steps forward. The harsh style of his greased back hair glistens in the light. It looks slick like tar, exaggerating his slime-ball visage. Let's get the banter. Your kind so enjoys and moves right on to business. Who sent you? Are the red dragons finally tired of my evasiveness? Or perhaps the Yellow Lotus have been trying to wrest Kowloon from our grasp for years. He studies you from within the safe reach of his guards, crosses his arms. Well, don't just stand there. Who sent you? Well, my client wishes to remain anonymous. I don't have time for this. It doesn't matter who sent you. They're about to be sorely disappointed. Rooster spits at your feet. A raise of his hand and Talon steps forward. Talon, this miscreant is has distracted us from our meal, and now I'm afraid it's grown cold. Must repay him in kind. Let his corpse cool out back when you're done. The talon flexes. His abnormal frame looks larger than ever. A half smile crawls out from his unscarred cheek. You got it, boss. Food was shit anyway. Is that the try? Where's Talon? Is he all the way back there? Oh, he is. Well, Isobel, I want you to get behind cover. And no, I was about to cast a fog, but never mind. I'll give you aim. I'll switch to my sword. Cut him up. Boom. Nice. Boom. Nice. Duncan, get in there. Roll in, Duncan. Shoot that guy. Nice. Isobel? Who can you shoot? Oh, nobody. Move here. Still nobody. I'm just gonna overwatch then, if that's possible. Oh, he ran. Oh, big troll with a gun. Duncan? Shoot that guy. Nice. Steel Sam is not Isabel, acidic fog. No. Just haste me. Just haste the Steel Samurai. Nice. Isobel, get to bloody cover. And get your grenade launcher and fire. Nice. And Steel Samurai, buddy. Get to bloody cover. Get gun out. Fire. And I'll just aim shot the troll. There we go. Yeah, pretty much overwhelmed them at this point. Ouch. Neutral turn. Oh shit, is that security? Oh shit, is that security? Okay. Heal Isobel. And they always go for the dwarf. Anyway, Duncan. Aim shot. Fire. Nice. And fire. Isobel, grenade this man. Switch to your pistol. Unload this guy. Nice. Wow, he didn't even get... Wow. Wow, he literally did not have a chance to attack us at all. He was like... He was having trouble just trying to get around the table while we were blasting him and his men. No, wait. Spare my life. I beg you. Please. Drops of spit splatter from his mouth. His desperation obvious. Things could have been worse, Rooster. My client could have wanted you dead. Be thankful. Listen, Seattle, we may have Rooster, but these stiffs were probably just a handful of his guards. We could have more downstairs. We can't leave in the same way we came in. If we're gonna get out of here in one piece, we're gonna need to find a new exit route. Fast. I'm betting this chicken guy knows one. Good point. Rooster's teeth are clattering inside his head. His frame shakes uncontrollably. The realization that he's at your mercy, with no one left to defend him, is setting in. So how about it? Where's the door you used to discreetly make your way in here? Rooster stammers incoherently for a moment, but his words soon catch up with him. It's just outside of this room, to the right, but it's locked. I'm gonna take off the key from there. You find a small key in his coat pocket. The ornate pattern carved into its head matches the patterns painted throughout the restaurant. Alright, let's take this sucker back. Let's get out of here. You use the Rooster's service key to open the door. Let's get out of here. Your common link clicks, a burst of static. Then the sound clears to reveal a soft voice. Steel Samurai, is this your channel? Who's asking? Name's Pei Lon. I'm your getaway driver. We have details to discuss, but let's keep it brief. Time's a ticking. Another burst of static, and Pei Lon continues. I'm at the loading dock and across the bridge from the restaurant's main entrance. Big old schooner. Can't miss me. But neither with the HKPF, who I've just learned are on the way here to respond to the security call. Well, shit, I'm on my way. One last thing. I may be the driver, but this ain't my rig. Door's locked and I don't know the code. You may have to break in. Good luck and get moving. A click and your comm link fills with static. Pei Lon is gone. Oh boy. Let's get moving. Oh, hi there. A pair of triad gangsters block your path. Men, help me! The words start pouring out of Rooster's mouth so quickly they blur together. You free me and get me away from here, and I will guarantee you will be rewarded. Yen, favors, powers, whatever you want. The two guards exchange a look, then turn back to Rooster smiling. Actually, we're like in the position we're in now. You begging at our feet. The idea that maybe, once you're gone, we can move up the chain. You know, Rocco here's plenty qualified to take your seat. In fact, we might as well make sure you don't make it out of here alive. Rooster looks up at them, irate. His fury fizzles upon spotting the thugs' fairies and ample cutlery. No, what can you? I can make you rich. I can. But easy there. Let's not make this a scene. You go our way. We go our way. You go yours. The gangster looks you over. No inks, no suits. You one of them runners? Shit, runners. Don't let him take off with Rooster. He reaches for his weapon. Get him. Ugh. Little shits. Neutral turn. Wait, I can control Rooster? Oh my god, he can literally fight with his fists. Oh, that's kind of funny. Alright, haste me. Alright, roll in. Blast this guy. Nice. Unload on him. Isabel. Divine Duncan. And fire. And he's dead. You hide somewhere. I don't know where. Ow. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't. Wait, that was an objective? Oh, I had no idea. I actually had no idea that was an objective. What the fuck? Oh well. I had no idea we were supposed to. Okay. Ugh, fine. I'll stab this guy. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. How did you miss that? Kill this guy. Right. Nice. Turn end. Ow. Wow, you're an idiot. Let's get moving. Is there anything else we could look for, actually? I don't know. I don't think we should mess around anymore. Before you looms a formidable cast iron door. It's locked. Your means of escape is just behind. You notice a keypad mounted on the wall, but you have no key code. A quick scan reveals a potential weak spot in the door's hinges. You have a feeling you can get through, but it's going to take a while. Well, I'm just gonna pry the damn thing open because I'm a strong orc. God damn it. There's the traitor. I want to make nothing for that coward to spill our secrets. So put a bullet in his brain. The god motions to you. Man who downs the runner gets a drink on me. Now move. Ah, shit, here they come. Oh, that guy's got a sniper. Oh my god. Are the doors open? Oh, I'm working on the door. Oh, shit. Fine. Okay, Rooster, get behind bloody cover. Isabel. Is Isabel in cover? I don't think she is. Gonna increase Duncan's aim. Duncan, you get behind cover. Anyone can you shoot? Okay. Fire. Nice. Isabel. Go in here. Can I hit you? Nice. And end the turn. That guy's got a bloody sniper. Oof. Oh shit. Yikes. Isabel? Oh, not Isabel, no. Haste Duncan. Alright, now shoot them. And fire. That guy's dead. Fire. Alright, they're dead too. Reload. And turn end. Oh, that bloody sniper. What's he up to? Oh. Oh. Ooh. Well, that's not. I think he. Ooh, that's Gobat. He shot Gobat. That's not good. Ouch. Yikes. Okay, do you have any medkits? Oh boy. Great. Duncan, move behind. Get behind here. Kill you. And that fucking sniper. Ow. And you just hit your own guy. What an idiot. Oh my god, when's the door gonna open? My goodness. How long is the door gonna... Oh my goodness. How long is the bloody door gonna... Oh my god. Alright. Isabel, get your grenade out. Fire! Again. Duncan, kill this guy. Oh my god, kill him again. There we go. And once more. There we go. Well, might as well summon the spirit. Kill this one. Nice. Oh my god, Kronos, are you getting that? Oh, finally. Gotta go away from that bloody sniper. First off, that bloody thing to distract him. Kill it. Go back, you better move. God damn it. Oh, you only have one move. Oh, shit. Okay. Get behind here then. Duncan, Alright, and Duncan, get moving. Alright, you. Get your bloody gun out. See, you can hit that guy unless it's out of your range. Sound like you hit him. Okay, well, Isabel, get out of here. Who's still low? Alright, get out of here, Isabel. Get a bloody, keep a bloody eye on him. Ah, shit. Isabel, you gotta get... Not Isabel, go back. Get bloody moving. Duncan. Oh my god. We're getting out of here. Overwatch this corner. Duncan. Get behind here. Line of sight is blocked for him. He can't hit us from here. But now he has that spirit to deal with. Unless it's coming to us. Or not. Alright. You get out of here. Duncan. Move on. I'll come. I'll come before you. I'll come after you, I mean. Ah. Got my words mixed up. Anyway, we're out of here. That guy can deal with the spirit by himself. The The boat sways languidly across the top water. Insulated walls stifle outside noises as if chaos just beyond the door belonged to another world. Its interior is cramped, made smaller by man-time equipment protruding from the walls. The scent of the sea and smoldering wood dominates your senses, ripened from the years of perfunctory cleaning. Finally, a safe place to rest. Rooster flinches at your approach. When he speaks, he tries to sound confident, but his voice cracks. The 289s are gonna jam you up for this. Doubt with you out of the way, someone probably have your job by now. You heard the man. If you know what's good for you, you'll clap your trap, chicken man. She grunts in frustration. Can the schooner go any slower? I want to get paid already. There's a cinnamon bun still in Kai Tech with my name on it. Hang in there. Well, I mean, if I knew... Oh, whatever. The boat heaves and pitches over the bay as your driver plows through the choppy waves to the drop-off point. Even the Shangri-La far behind it. Inside, restlessness fills the cabin. You finish the job. The extraction was a success, and now your client awaits his prize. The Triad Red Pole Rooster. It wasn't easy. Should have been. It would have been if that damn town hadn't mangled your plans with his visceral determination. But even a streets-forged orc like the Talon could be stricken down. With Talon dead, your escape from the restaurant to the getaway boat was made smoother. As smooth as walking through a small army of triads skirting the HAP Dragnet would be. Sure, the Rooster took a few hits, but who knows? With the town permanently out of commission, you might earn a few extra new yen from your client. Yeah, to be honest, the guy was really all talk and no bite, really. All talk and barely any fight, because he never even got to any of us to do any damage. In fact, Kronos pretty much would have 1v1 that guy pretty easily. Not gonna lie, even without Gobet's buffs. Your comlink chirps, and Kinley Chung's rusty voice slides through the speaker. You can hear the sounds of mahjong players laughing in the background. It's Auntie Chung, dear. You've been gone a while, Auntie. I wondered when you were coming back. I'm here now, and I have a present for you, little one. She sounds like a big cat, sitting triumphant on the carcass of a wild beast. I have a lead on the location of the plastic-faced man, the man we saw in the surveillance footage, meeting the men black at the tea house on the docks. Where'd you get this lead? I'm explaining everything in person. Come see me and we'll talk. Action points upgraded. 1+ action point. Your experience has increased your ability to operate in dangerous situations. Oh, neat. I didn't know that was a thing. Territory. Gains a conjuring spell which sets 4 heavy cover barrier that lasts 3 rounds. Anyone that enters takes... Oh, nice. Spiritualist now. Fetish inner standard equipment. Ooh, nice. Spiritualist. Sabotage. Gains cyberware bright light system. Civil against the bright lights. Has flash bulbs in a cyber eye capable of temporarily blinding an opponent. Huh, neat. Espionage. Ooh, yes. Jolt alert. That is a good one. In fact, Kronos has it. Gain weapon shock baton. Yep, that'll be good. In case somebody tries to punch Duncan. Firearm instincts. Pierce up to 2 armor. Flat feet. I'll go with Predator. And Dunzo. Exit. And now for my karma. Now the question is, what the bloody hell do I improve? Do I try to max out my strength in my body? Strength in my body. Yeah, might as well. Increase my strength all the way to the maximum, and body to the maximum, of course. Because it seems like this game really wants me to hurry up with my specialization, so yeah. Save. Alright. Well, I want to get my money, so let's go. Oh, helicopters. That's neat. Ah, there it is. Safe boat. And now to get my pay. Oh, I got one under a message. Check my inbox. Mail. Problem solved. Bao Jianjun. Problem solved. Since you could not handle this simple task, I have done so myself. Your performance is disappointing. What? Done what job? Did I forget about something? Oh, whatever. Same. Yeah. The client is fairly pleased with how you handled the situation. Mr. Lowe has been very contrite and forthcoming, due in no small part to the violence with which you handled the opposition. The client was even willing to overlook the injuries Rooster sustained after hearing that you killed Talon. Your payment is attached. What'd I get? Away. Sweet. Right, before we do anything else, I will, was I gonna get a new weapon? Yeah, I was gonna get a new sword. Yeah, I was gonna get a new sword unless there's new stuff that I want that are available in stores. Anyway. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I can't get it. Chinese war sword. Oh man. Oh wow, these are even more expensive. Huh. I want the Ares Mono sword. Wait, why is this weaker than this one? Wait, what? What makes this sword different than this one? Okay then. I guess I'll go with the Chinese war sword, not the Ares Mono sword. I'm guessing that's supposed to inflict bleeding damage or something? Oh, whatever. I think I'm gonna go with the Chinese war sword, probably. Holy shit, that's a lot. Wow. 8 armor? Well, looks like we'll have to save on stuff. I'll check the other stores. There we go. Let's see if we got any new weapons. Never mind, Ka-Fi. What up? Any new shit? Wait, is this? Yeah, these SMGs. Rifles. Oh my god, there's a minigun? Wow, and it counts as a rifle apparently. Wow. Top of line assault rifle. That's the one I got. Yeah, this is 10 damage and it pierces armor. Wow, 20 damage. I don't know what the difference is with the smart link, but yeah. Wow. A lot of new shit. The HKPF EOD suit. Wow. I would have to save a lot more money then. Because that is expensive. Yeah. I mean, I can handle a minigun. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty neat. Well, I guess I shall save money then. Or I could spend it on cyberware, because I still got more cyberware slots to fill up. I gotta find another way to get more money, so I can afford these items more easily. And I currently don't know how far I am from the end of the game, so I don't know how soon that should be. But anyway, I want some cyberware done then. Show me services. Cyberware. Alright. Throwing weapons. Passive one dodge. Lasers. What was this? Plate bit. Factory bioware. Outside. Unless any trauma from recently inflicted wounds when triggered, heals the user as the most recent wound. Oh, that's neat. I can get that, but I think I'm interested in the one that gives me strength. Unless I can't afford it. It's the one that gives me strength. Am I getting the others mixed up with each other, or? Huh. No. No, can't do that. Already got something in there. Yeah, I guess I'll just save money for now. Well, that'll be it for this stream. Because I got a D&D game up soon, and I do not want to be late for that. So, I shall see you later in the next stream. The next episode of Kronos' journey. The journey of the Steel Samurai through this world of Shadowrun. In order to search for the plastic-faced man and Josephine Song. The ones who seemingly want Raymond Black or Edward Song dead. For whatever reason. Something to do with the Prosperity Project, which is something we are yet to hear about. Now then, I bid you all farewell for now.